Yeah.
Dun, 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 with Gilligan, the skipper to the millionaire and his. Okay, you got me going. Do you love to travel?
Do you love road trips?
Do you love finding hidden treasures in towns all over the USA? Hi, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Craig. Welcome to Treasures of Our Town. It's the podcast that explores the unique and charming towns scattered throughout the United States.
Guided by our love for location-based games like geocaching, join us as we venture to some of the country's most intriguing destinations, uncovering hidden gems and local secrets along the way.
On today's episode, Josh, apparently you sir, not me, but you were stranded on Signals Island in the sunny San Diego, California. Not necessarily a town, more of a city, but that's okay.
It's a city, but it's a great town as well. I mean, we can use those words interchangeably. Town, city. It's a little bigger than a lot of the places we cover. Although, Craig, we covered Kansas City.
True.
And I don't know how big Kansas City is. I would say it's probably about 1 million people. San Diego proper, 1 million people. So it's not huge. It's actually smaller than Minneapolis, where I'm from here. So
it's funny when you say 1 million people, because I mean there's only 25 million in Australia. That's it.
Wow. Yeah. There's some perspective right there. But before we get into my bucket list location that I spent this last weekend, and it's very fresh in my mind. I'm so excited to share it with this audience because this trip was very, very much guided by location-based gaming. Yeah. And we'll get to that. But we got to talk about our delays and upgrades.
Oh, of course. Delays and upgrades.
Mm-hmm. So, Craig, let's start with the unfortunate delays. What do you got going on, Craig? What's happening?
Well, you want to start with my delay, Josh. My delay is literally a physical delay. And what I mean by that is I've done my lower back in again. I haven't done it since, I'm going to say 6 or 7 years. And I woke up about 5 or 6 days ago now and, what's that? I can't straighten my back properly. I can't walk properly. So, yeah, I've had it's more of a muscle spasm rather than any chiropractic sort of work. So it is actually muscle spasm. I do know the difference because I've had lots of back issues in the past with my work. And so all I'm doing basically now, Josh, is just trying to settle down a little bit, take a couple of the muscle relaxant tablets here and there, and
there you go.
Yeah, take it a bit easy.
And you?
What about you, mate? What's about you?
Oh, my delays?
Yeah.
Things are pretty good. My only delay is that I am just so darn busy right now. You know, last week I had a long weekend, and then when you get a long weekend, you take PTO off, and it doesn't make your work go any less. You just have to start making up for the time that you were away. So this week was very, very busy, and I got in to record this podcast just by the skin of my teeth. We were able to get it in, but man, these 2 weeks go by really fast, Craig. It feels like we just had an episode, and here we are again. And I enjoy recording this podcast. I love sharing our travel adventures, but it's a lot with the YouTube channel and work and also the podcast as well. So mine is just like, it's kind of boring, but I'm just very, very busy.
Yeah. And with your type of work, Josh, as well, it's not like a type of work whereby, you have a day off or whatever else, and the work still goes on. No. You've got to catch up on the days you had off too, don't you? See, so it's one of those sort of jobs. So,
yes. Yeah. And today I spent the day with 150 fifth graders.
Oh, wow.
I led several dance parties. So today was a physical exhaustion sort of day, not as much as mental one. But it was a great day. But I am beat. I'm ready to, after we're done with this podcast, I'm ready to cook myself some dinner because I haven't even eaten yet today. Wow. So hopefully I can stay pretty focused. But that's my delay. What about your upgrade, Craig? What is your upgrade?
My upgrade is that for the last probably a week and a half now, or 2 weeks, I've stayed at an actual beautiful campground down here in the south of Alabama. And I thought to myself, well, I'm either going to drive around every day and park in the local Cracker Barrel, park in the Bass Pro, park in another Cracker Barrel, park in Walmart, or Josh, I can pay up some money, It's like $35 a night. That's all it is. $35 a night, and I've got full control here in terms of all my electrical, my water. They've got free bathrooms here as well, so I can have my shower every single day. They've got free laundries here too.
Oh, wow.
So, so there you go. I can get my laundry done too. So I've been spending the days, literally, Josh, just chilling a little bit in the van. And as I said, lucky for me, though, that I had decided that a couple of weeks ago. And then my back just went on me. And so perfect. It's like, well, I don't have to be worried about it. I'll just literally stay here anyway. So it's like setting down some roots, Josh, for a while.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely lovely. And, if you go back and listen to our podcast, but the Gulf Shore, what a beautiful area.
Oh, yeah.
We have actually stayed in a kind of it was a cabin, but it was a very nice cabin.
Mm-hmm.
But great places. I'm sure that campground's great. And it sounds like it totally is worth the $35 with everything you get.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. One more upgrade, Josh, and that is last weekend I hosted a geocaching event here in Alabama as well, and it was G'day USA. So I had Vegemite trials, so people had to have a slice of Vegemite on their bread, or they had Tim Tams, and I had trivia, or Australian trivia as well. Surprise, Josh, there was one young lady. When I say young lady, I'm talking maybe 10, 11, 12 years of age. She knew almost everything about Australia, as opposed to any of the adults. And I was like, wow, she really did shock me. She's really got a thing for Australia, and I didn't even know that. So,
that's cool.
she was really cool.
And that was at the Two Laura's house. That's what their caching name is. And they have the most incredible fire setup, bonfire setup. And you said that on the last episode, you said that they had improved it. What was it like now?
It's still the same. It's new and improved. So it's still the same setup, etc. But they're new pallets that are around. There's new spools that are there as well and stuff like that too. So all the timber's all new around it. But Josh, it started to pour down rain, and there's no covers there. We all fit though out the back. Laura, she's got this big pool, above ground pool area, and there's a pool deck where you go up and walk on the pool deck, and the pool deck's all covered in. We all squashed in amongst the pool deck and spent the afternoon there, and nice and tight in amongst the pool deck. So that was really cool. So really cool. Big shout out to Laura for hosting, help hosting as well. So she did a good job too. So that's great. That's good stuff.
My upgrade is
you're going to talk about your
segue.
Upgrade.
This is a great segue. My upgrade was my whole last weekend in San Diego, and we are going to have a show where, Craig, you're essentially going to be interviewing me and my experience in sunny San Diego. And first, before I say anything, Craig, I'll just say this. It's really kind of cool. People really connect us together now because there was many people that said when they saw me, they were like, "Oh, Josh, it's so great to see you. Where's your Aussie friend?" So where's
your Robin to your Batman?
Yeah, we are a duo. I don't know. You might be Batman. I might be Robin.
No. I'm definitely not Batman.
But so I'll just say this, Greg. You were missed on Signals Island, where we were stranded, and it's stranded in the best way. And I'm really excited to share, because San Diego, California is certainly one of my bucket list locations. For years, I've been listening to another geocaching podcast, and I'm sure many people that are listening to this one have listened or heard before. It's one of the longest running podcasts in the world, is Podcasher, which is the home of Sunny and Sandy Podcasher. And San Diego is their home. And when somebody lives there and they have a podcast, you hear about it a lot. Just like for you and I, like I live in Minneapolis, so you hear about Minneapolis a lot. Yeah. And so for years, I've been listening to Podcasher, and I've just heard all the cool things about San Diego. And I even told my friends, I was like, I'm going to San Diego for the weekend. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that is maybe one of the top 5 places I've ever visited in the world. So there was a lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement around visiting San Diego.
When it comes to California in general as well, there's a lot of, there's a lot of hype about LA or what do you call the one up top north from that?
Sacramento?
No, it's Sacramento, but there's the bridge. What do you call it?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
They're the ones. So there's a lot of talk about all that, and that's very, very popular. But I find personally, Josh, that that's a lot. There's a lot of traffic in LA, for instance. There's a lot of other things happening in San Diego. I lost it again.
Sacramento?
No, the other one.
Oh, San Francisco. Sorry,
San Francisco.
Yes.
I lost it again. So there's a reason why I'm deleting it in my head for some reason. But there's a lot of other issues in San Francisco as well. But I haven't heard any drama or any problems with San Diego down south. And so I'm really looking forward to it. And one thing I will say, Josh, is as you know, I follow you on all your social medias. And one thing I do love is your Instagram stories, Josh. Whenever I see you go away, and you do your Instagram stories very well. So when you talk about these things now, I'm going to sort of close my eyes and picture those things that you showed in your Instagram stories as well. So.
Yeah, my Instagram stories were in full effect because I saw and did so many cool things. I really tried to pack in as much as I could into those 4 days. And I'll just say, our good old friend ChatGPT came in strong again for the win because I'd never been there before. I didn't know a whole lot about it. And so I fed it a prompt that said, okay, I'm going to be from San Diego from this time to this time. And then I plugged in all the geocaching events I wanted to go to. I plugged in all the times. I said, I have to go to these geocaching events and be there for that time. But ChatGPT, if you were me and you were never going to have the opportunity to visit San Diego again, create me an itinerary Thursday through Sunday of all the things and all the places and all the things I should eat and what and do. And I didn't follow it to a T, but Craig, I followed it pretty darn close and it didn't let me down. It didn't let me down. I love the robots for travel planning.
Absolutely. And we've done an episode on that too back in the day as well, Josh, when it comes to you did the same thing when you went up north in Minnesota as well. So that's really cool. But you can also utilize ChatGPT now as well for your flights. If you want cheap flights too, they can actually show you. They go through all the flight itineraries too. So there's another little tip there for you. And say to them, I want to fly from Minneapolis to San Diego. These are the dates and these are the rough times I want to get there. Give me the cheapest price. It'll go through all the
that's really cool.
All the United and Southwest and all the ones for you, and actually get you all the list for you too. So it does that as well.
That's cool. And another thing I had to do, sometimes when you have them to make the itinerary, it's kind of a narrative for them, but then it asks you like extra prompts. They're like, oh, by the way, would you like me to make a little chart or whatever? Like a readable one or that's
an itinerary.
So I was like, yes, an itinerary that didn't have like all the details.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I did that. I had to make the chart. I saved it to my camera roll and I just I referenced it several times. I was like, okay, I got to go to this restaurant next. And so it was a big winner. And speaking of airlines, this trip started with an airline. My favorite airline. I know we have different favorite airlines. You are a United guy, right? Oh,
I used to be.
Oh, you're fading away from United?
Well, maybe. We'll just see.
Maybe. Okay.
I haven't flown for a while.
You haven't flown for a while. Okay. Well, in the past, you were a United guy.
Yes.
I am a Delta man. Okay. So I do have the Delta American Express card, so I get the points, and it feels so good, Craig, when you redeem those points for a free plane ticket. So this one was a free plane ticket.
Oh,
and
nice.
Delta has really done some improvements. I've always talked about. I've actually had some complaints about the backseat entertainment experience. I've had some rough goes.
You had one where it didn't work at all.
Yeah,
sat there raw dogging it.
Oh, don't want to raw dog a flight like that. No way. But Delta has done some upgrades to their backseat experience. I mean, it's the same screen, but the software is different. So get this: you can log on to your Delta SkyMiles account in the back of your seat. So you start through the QR code, you scan it, it logs you in, and then on the screen it's like, hello, Joshua. It knows me. Yeah. And here's the cool thing: you watch your movie. Okay, so let's say you're watching a movie and you get through half of it. Yeah. And because this often happens, you get through half it, you have to leave the plane. Well, on your return flight, you log back into that screen and it knows exactly where you have left off on all your shows. That's cool.
That's cool. Like Netflix and Hulu and all those ones where they show you where you left off. I like that. That's really cool. That's really cool.
So there's a little.
So you had no issues with the back seat this time?
It was a very good backseat experience this time. I had oh my God, the travel gods were with me. We had, the whole plane was full. I love what they said. The whole plane was full. And guess what? There was one middle seat open and it was right next to me. And the lady I was on the aisle, the lady on the window, we were fist bumping. We're like, oh yeah, we did it. We made it. We bonded over the fact that we got the lucky
empty seat.
The lucky empty seat. I could man spread.
Yes, I know. You do that trick with if you're in the center aisle, you do the trick with the armrest as well. You can put the armrest up too. There's a special way to do that.
Sure.
Yeah, see,
for
there's
sure.
all that kind of stuff too. Absolutely. So you got a free flight there, Josh. So this is on Thursday we're talking about. So you got a free flight there. You landed in San Diego, did you?
Yeah, 10:30 a.m. Because I was like, okay, if I'm taking the whole day off Thursday, I'm getting into San Diego.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is my flight took off at 9:30. And then I got it at 10:30 because the time changed. When you go west, it's like, yes, I get 2 extra hours, which is great. So I got there at 10:30 and I beelined it to, I don't know if we've ever talked about Turo. I'm sure we have.
I don't think we have.
Turo is the Airbnb of rental cars. And so basically it's an app just like anything. And you can find cars. People just have their own cars that they rent out to people. And I found, and it's usually, Craig, it's like half price.
Yeah.
So get this. I mean, San Diego for 4 days, it was $100.
Wow.
$100. And get this, Craig, unlimited miles.
Oh, that's insane.
And for geocachers, we're great at abusing the unlimited miles.
Absolutely.
We go everywhere. We go everywhere. And so when you go to these Turos, it's just like an Airbnb. It's like you have to get the key. You have to basically geocache the key.
Yeah.
Because there's like a little lockbox. So it's like trying to figure it out and a gadget cache or whatever. And you get into it and I had just like this little, it was a Chevy Spark, which it was small. Now I had the option to do what is this? One of those smart cars. I've driven one of those smart cars. Have you ever driven a smart car before?
No.
Those little ones?
No, I wouldn't.
I rented one of those once and I felt like I'm one little turn away from death. I mean, those things, it's like driving a go-kart.
Yeah.
And you drive that on the highway, you're just like, I'm going to get run over. So it was small, but it wasn't as small as the smart car.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, I remember, Josh, just quickly, the Turo that you and I did that time as well. First time I ever done a Turo, it was with you. And the actual owner drove the car up to us and he had someone driving behind him, picking him up after he dropped the car off.
Yeah. Sometimes they just hand you the keys.
They just hand you the key. We didn't have to even geocache the key.
I know, that's nice. I like that too.
Yeah.
I had to actually take an Uber to a Chuck E. Cheese to get this one.
Oh, that's all right. Chuck E. Cheese.
But it was fine. So
where did you go straight after you got into your Turo?
Beelined it to Balboa Park. Now, Balboa Park it's like, imagine Central Park but it's for San Diego. It's a huge park. And actually, Craig, it's actually bigger than Central Park in square miles. Yes.
Wow.
But this is a beautiful place. And this is a place that I heard about a lot on Podcaster because Sonny and Sandy spent a lot of time there. Yeah. And so, before the trip, I texted them and I was like, hey, I'm going to be in town. I've heard about Balboa Park so many times. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And when they heard that, they're like, Josh, we're going to take the day off. And we're going to meet you at Balboa Park, and we're going to show up with little push scooters, not electric,
not the electric,
not electric,
actually the
push scooters. And we're not talking about razors. No, these were fancy. They were wooden on the thing that you stood on, and they had like actual real tires that you had to blow up. So these weren't like Mickey Mouse razors with plastic wheels. Yeah, these were. It was like a bike scooter, basically. And he brought 3 of them, and all afternoon we just scootered all around Balboa Park.
That would have been.
It was really cool. It was really cool. And let me just describe Balboa Park. So if you go to San Diego, you can't miss. This is one of the can't miss, Craig.
Yeah.
This is actually the home of the San Diego Zoo. So the San Diego Zoo is actually in Balboa Park. So and that's the largest zoo in the world. So that should tell you.
Wow.
That should tell you how big Balboa, and that was just a part of it, Craig. So this is the home of the San Diego Zoo. The most beautiful architecture. You walk around there or scoot around there like I did, and you think you're like scooting around in like a European country. It's like this. The style of the architecture is like feels. I don't know. I might be giving false information, but it felt very like Spain,
right. Yep.
kind of feel. And also I heard that there were museums there, but Craig, I was not anticipated how many museums there were. There were over a dozen museums in this park.
And we all know, Josh, you love your museum.
I know.
Mate.
But it was major FOMO because I didn't get to go into any of them because I didn't have time.
I
didn't have time. I mean, you could spend, and here's, you're correct, you could spend one day in one of these museums.
Yeah.
We're talking about art museums. We're talking about, there was a performing arts building there. There was a natural history one. So like very similar, like the Night at the Museum type of. You know what it reminded me of, Craig? It reminded me of Washington, D.C. on the mall area where all those Smithsonian museums, all those free Smithsonian museums were on the National Mall. That's what it felt. I was like shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, there are so many museums here. And I didn't get to go into, well, that's not true. I got to go into one. The newest one, get this, Craig. The newest museum in the Balboa Park is the Comic-Con Museum.
A Comic-Con? Wow. Okay.
The Comic-Con Museum.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you don't know this, where have you been? But Comic-Con that's where the most famous Comic-Con is in San Diego, right? And so they have an actual whole museum that sort of represents the fact that Comic-Con is in
San
Diego.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. And you would have loved that, Josh, too, because we all know what you're like with your pop culture. And
I know. Yeah. Oh, just you wait. We're going to get to the pop culture. We're going to get, because there was something really cool for pop culture. So anyway, this park filled with physical geocaches, adventure labs, like a lot. I did probably a lot of adventure. I'd say probably got 20 finds of adventure labs. So I did probably 4 different adventure labs as we were scooting around. Sunny and Sandy created actually an adventure lab that was like the game Clue. All right, so here's your geocaching content for this. Well, there's gonna be lots of geocaching content, but this was one of those ones where you go to the location and then when you answer the question, it opens up a video. And he created like this almost like radio show, and you have to listen to the radio show, and then it tells you the three things that it is not. Right. Yes, so it's not the lead pipe. It's not this. And after you go to all 5, you eliminate all of them and you find out who did it, where they did it, when, what. Yes. And then that you put in those numbers into a geochecker, and then it gives you the final chords for the final. So it was really well done. And that was a lot of fun.
And just for everyone else around the world, if you're listening, Josh is talking about the game they call here in America Clue. We call it Cluedo.
Really?
Yes.
Cluedo?
Cluedo it's called in Australia. Cluedo. Yeah, not Clue. Cluedo. There you go. So lots of adventure labs, lots of geocaching, Josh.
Yes.
What else was in there? What else
the botanical garden. There's free stuff too, Craig. The botanical garden was amazing. It was an open air botanical garden. There was a whole art market, like where you could buy wares of people that were creating like different crafts and arts. And then this was tough. I was outside the doors of the San Diego Zoo, and I just didn't have time to go in. I guess it's quite expensive. It's like $80 for the whole day. I mean, this is
the biggest zoo in the world.
This is the San Diego Zoo. Yeah. But Craig, there was a really cool virtual geocache on the outside, which was like a giant statue of a lion standing on one foot, literally like its 2 hind feet were in the air. Yeah. And then one of the front paws was in the air. So it was standing on, and it almost looked, but it almost looked like it shouldn't be able to stand up straight because it was so, it was really cool. Yeah. Just all you had to do is get a picture there. So
nice.
I spent the whole afternoon in Balboa Park. You can't miss it. And I didn't even scratch the surface, Craig.
Yeah. I mean, if you're comparing it, Josh, to the Centennial Park in New York as well, then I don't see that many movies or TV shows, etc., in this Balboa Park. I see a lot in Central Park, New York.
Yes.
So, but do you think it'd be movie worthy, like this sort of location?
Oh, yes.
Like
Central
Park?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It looks different than Central Park. Central Park has a lot of those bridges and arches and stuff like that.
And
but it's very similar. Yeah, because Central Park has a museum in it. And so it really reminded me of Central Park of California, basically. So that was pretty cool.
Nice,
so then I spent pretty much the whole day there. And then I decided to stay in an area called Liberty Station. And I actually stayed in an Airbnb. Now, we've talked about our Airbnbs a lot.
Yeah.
And I kind of, because I was traveling alone, if when we travel together or travel in groups, we usually get like a house that we have the whole place to ourselves, right? But sometimes if I'm by myself, I don't mind like just renting a room in a house, right? Instead of like having the whole house myself. So this time I just rented one room in a house, but it was really nice because it was really separated from the rest of the house. I didn't see anybody else. I didn't see I didn't see the owners. It wasn't like one of those ones where you feel awkward and you have to like hang out with them.
Oh yeah, you sit on their couch watching TV.
You're like, hey guys, making breakfast. No, it wasn't like that.
And pancakes for one. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's right.
This Liberty Station, again, the Liberty Station Park was where the block party event was, and we'll talk about that in a second. But this whole area used to be a Navy training center. So the military, the Navy is really big in San Diego, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later because it connects to pop culture. But this was now converted. It was no longer a naval training area, but they took a lot of these buildings and put really cool restaurants and like parks, and like it was a very popular, really nice, fancy Craig, clean area. There was a brewery, Craig. There was a brewery and it was called Stone Brewery. And I got some local brews. I had a great fish and chips at Stone Brewery. It was the nicest restaurant. And that was actually suggested to me by ChatGPT, and it didn't let me down. It was a big open air patio area. It was a huge patio area and had delicious fish and chips. And when when you're closer to the sea, the fish is always better.
Exactly. I'm a big person for that, Josh. If I can't drive to the ocean or the body of water within sort of half an hour to an hour, I'm not having fish and chips in a restaurant. No. Yeah. I got to be within an hour's drive. So things like when I went up north with Michigan, and absolutely, because they've got the big lakes up there and stuff too. But down here in Alabama, oh man, the fish and the seafood down here. Don't get me started with that. But anyway, keeping on with yours, I'm digressing.
So good. We'll talk more about fish and we'll talk more about seafood because that was a real highlight for me. But speaking of the sea, Craig.
Yes.
It's Friday now. That was just Thursday. That was my first day. That's the day I got off the plane.
Yeah.
I already did so much.
You would have been tired.
Yeah. Well, it was just scratching the surface. So ChatGPT, I wanted to do something, Craig. I didn't want to eat. I just didn't want to I want to do something. So it suggested to go to La Jolla, which was a little beach community north of San Diego, not far. It was literally a half hour from my Airbnb. So went to La Jolla, which is a beach town. I did the smartest thing I did, Craig, is I booked a sea cave kayaking tour.
What?
And a sea cave kayaking tour. So there's caves because of the oceans banging into the rocks, banging into the limestone. After years, they started carving out these caves into the side of the shore. And so you can take these kayaks inside these caves. And that's really the only way you can really access it.
Yeah.
And so the smartest thing, here's your tip for you. If you're going to do something like this, like you're going to do an excursion like this, do the first one. Do the first one of the day for a couple reasons. First of all, your guides are fresh. Your guides are like, they're ready to go. They haven't led 5 groups already.
No.
So they're fresh. Also, like in these ocean towns, parking is a problem. Like it's really hard to find parking.
Yeah, true.
But if you're showing up at 7:30, 8 a.m., parking was not a problem. Found parking right away. And so, Craig, I did sea kayaking. Now, I've done a lot of kayaking in the past. I own a kayak. I live in the land of 10,000 lakes. I've done a lot of lake kayaking. But, Craig, I've never done sea kayaking. It's different.
See, Josh, also, when you say going early and going first, I've noticed when it comes to weather around the oceans areas, it's calmest in the morning. It then picks up during the lunchtime and then in the afternoon. So you may get bigger waves in the afternoon, you may get rain, you may get all that sort of stuff too. So first thing in the morning is actually a good tip, Josh. I've seen you. I still remember you kayaking, Josh, in Alaska. The video in Alaska you did with you kayaking through the icebergs.
That was kind of sea kayaking. I take that back, but it was different because that was like a cove. There were no waves. This one is waves. So the different thing about sea kayaking is that once you get out there, it's fine, but you have to kayak through the surf, which was a lot of fun. I didn't even mistake. Okay, here's a tip. Mistake. I should have wore my swim trunks. I wore pants.
Oh, why?
I know. I didn't. Kayaking usually I don't fall in, but I forgot that this involved getting through the surf,
smashing through waves.
Exactly. So I was soaked. Actually, if you follow my Instagram, I don't know if you saw the picture, but that day I put my pants hung it outside and my underwear outside the window of my car, and I drove around with my underwear flying in the wind to dry them off. It worked. It was a very good strategy.
Like Superman, you wear the underwear on the outside. So.
Exactly. So the sea kayaking tour was awesome. My guide was Desiree. I decided there were lots of outfitters in the town that I could choose, but you know what? For some reason, this is what I always do. I always pick the OG. I always pick the one that's been running the longest. Because you figure they got it down. They've been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I picked the original.
They're still working.
And they're still going. Doing it. Yeah.
That's
I did the OG. So if you look it up, it's like La Jolla kayaking. Like, it was very general. That's the one I picked.
Now, Josh, when you did this sea kayaking stuff as well, because as most of us know who are geocachers out there, especially when it comes to erosion, waves, sea caves, was there any earth caches that you could do? Yes.
Good question. Yes. Because this is another thing about having a guy. I could have rented a kayak and I could just went out there.
Yes, of course.
But the guide, they know everything about the area. They know everything about the ecology. They know a lot about the geology. Desiree, our guide, was like a geo nerd.
Nice.
And of course, I told her about geocaching. And she was kind of geeking out about it. She was like, "What?" Yeah. I was like, and then I explained to her there's this thing called earth caching. And so literally there was right on the shore, there's a fault line right there. So there's literally a fault line between the limestone, like the hard stone and the limestone. And then sure enough, I looked on my phone, and what is there? There is a earth cache there all about the fault line. So, so I had Desiree take a video of me. I said, "You won't believe this, but right now I am completing an earth cache, and I'm doing it from a very different vantage point.
Yeah.
And that is out at sea rather than on shore." So that was really cool. But there was another earth cache, Craig. But before I say that, there was a problem, and I was bumming. So Desiree, we're getting all ready. We got our helmets on for the whatever to go out there. And she goes, "Well, bad news, guys. The lifeguard says that it is too choppy, too wavy. It is too dangerous for us to go into the caves."
Oh.
Wah, 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 wah.
So you could go out there, but you couldn't go inside the cave.
We got to go to like close to the opening of them, but we couldn't actually go. And believe me, if you saw it, it was dangerous. Like, you could have gotten killed in there. Like, it was intense waves.
Smashed against the rocks.
Yes, exactly. So I was bummed. But then I met a geocacher, and I was explaining to them. And by the way, I bet this geocacher at a webcam. I'll talk about that in a second, because webcam, very rare. And he was telling me, "Oh, Josh, it's okay. You can go into a sea cave. There's a sea cave you can go into, but you don't have to kayak. Kayak to it." I'm like, "What? Really?"
You can walk around inside it. From the
there's
sand.
a stairway. There's a stairway down to it.
Oh.
And so this is a place, and I'm so glad. Geocachers are the best. They know all the stuff.
Yeah.
And I look on the map, and I see, oh my gosh, there's another earth cache there. And I realize it's this earth cache that you can walk to, and you can go. It's a rock shop up on the top of the hill called Sunny Jim's Sea Cave. Sunny Jim Sea. You go in there. I paid $15, and the guy gives you the rules, and then you walk. You're going inside. This is so weird. You're going inside a building, and then inside the building there's an entrance into the cave, and you walk these steps all the way down to the shore, and then there's a platform, and now you're inside of a sea cave, and there's like a sea lion in there, and sure enough, it was an earth cache. I had to answer a few questions. So I did get to go into a sea cave.
Yeah, inside itself. Cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. You were saying before, Josh, just earlier about webcams. You said they are super rare. There's a limited amount around the world. There's only 2 webcams active in Australia, both in the same city.
Wow.
I know. That's it. That's how rare they are. So they are. They really are.
Yes.
I love my webcams, Josh. I remember when you and I were in Florida. and we did that webcam in Florida.
Yes.
We got on your video as well. We're down there for Muncie
Yes.
at the time too, which is really cool.
Yeah, that was
so
the one
tell
that
us-
was in my. That was the one that was in my comic book. If you remember
the
where
one
they
in
had
comic
the
book.
fish,
Yes.
the fish were hanging on the.
That's the one, with the shark and everything. That's really cool
Yeah,
on the
that's cool.
on the shore, on the coast itself, the
Yes.
Space Coast. That's what it was. But Josh, you were talking about webcams in San Diego. Then
Yes.
which one?
So
was
here's
it?
the thing: a lot of geocachers, they seek webcams out. They're like, I gotta find all the webcams I can,
Yeah.
and that's legit. I'm not one of those people. I don't. Webcams are okay, but I don't seek them out. Okay. However, it's really fun. This happened to us when we were in Florida, Craig. It's really fun to look at the map and see the little pin that's like a different color, and you tap on it. You're like, oh, what is that gray pin?
Yeah,
You know, it's like different.
It's great
and you look,
out.
you're like, oh my
no,
gosh,
it's a webcam.
it's a webcam right here. Like, so I like to almost be surprised by the webcams rather than seek them out. And this was the exact same thing. I was just looking. I was like, oh, there's something else. It's a gray pin. And clicked on it. Sure enough, it was a webcam, and it was right on a pier. And this was Craig. It was one of the best webcams I've ever done.
Wow.
Because it's the camera is facing the ocean. Okay. And then the pier is kind of like on the side a little bit. And so it's what you can go on your phone, you can find it. But this one, the tide was so far up that I literally had to go almost to my waist in water to get on the camera. Get on the camera. I'm waving my hands around, and I'm like in the water. It was very just comical.
Keep your phone out of the water to get the screenshot. Yep.
Yes, I got a TikTok of it. I'll make it. I'll create it because I was able to also not only get video of myself, but I also got the screenshot of me on the on it too. But it was really funny. It was like, and there were other geocachers out there trying. I could tell they were looking at their phones and they're trying to find the spot. I'm like, let me guess, geocacher. And so they're like, how do you know? It's your dead giveaway.
It's obvious.
Dead giveaway.
Very, very obvious. I did a webcam, Josh, when I was in Wisconsin, and you go out, same sort of thing. You go out on the pier or a rock wall.
Oh yeah, I've done that one.
You've done that one as well. Yeah, you go out in this rock
Port
wall.
Washington. Yes.
But the best part about that one too is that it actually moves around. You see, so you got to get it so it moves around, and so actually someone's moving around, and they do focus on people along the rock wall. So if you're there waving your hands, you get zoomed in on in the rock wall. It's really cool.
I've done that one. Yeah, that one's great. That one's on Lake Michigan.
Yes,
I think in Port Washington, which is just north of Milwaukee.
Yes,
that's a great one.
That's the one. That's a good
so, Craig, the morning was filled. I did a webcam.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Sunny Jim's Sea Cave. I did kayaking, and I was hungry, Craig.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I consulted my friend
ChatGPT. Yeah.
And went downtown La Jolla and went to a place named called Duke's, which is like it was a surfing themed restaurant. And this is the thing, like, some people don't love solo travel. Like, I loved Friday because it was just me, myself, and I. Solo every day. I could do whatever I wanted. I could eat whatever I wanted. I didn't have but this place, Duke's, was very popular, and it was like you had to get reservations. But when you roll in to a restaurant and you're just
at the bar.
No reservations. You go to the bar. And so I didn't go to the bar, but there was a bar outside, and I sent you a picture of it where I had my margarita and the most delicious fish tacos as I was looking out to the Pacific Ocean. Oh, it was paradise. Best
and when you
tacos
solo
I've ever had.
travel too, Josh, you can eat what you want, when you want, how you want. You don't have to ask you don't have to ask like Minnesota boy, who doesn't like seafood at all.
Right.
Like, and you're actually on the sea in San Diego. You want to eat seafood from the sea. So good fish tacos, Josh. What happened after you fish tacos?
Oh my God, it was so good. Okay, then I headed back into San Diego because this was the welcome. A lot of events have welcome events.
Yes,
it was a community celebration event.
Yeah.
This one was on a different beach. It was on Ski Beach, and it was like a bonfire situation. People were getting their check-ins and stuff like that. And the theme of the block party that was going to happen the next day was Signals Island, which was like Gilligan's Island. Craig, please tell me you've seen Gilligan's Island.
Of course. And the world has seen Gilligan's Island.
Okay.
I used to love Gilligan's Island as a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so this was...
I can almost sing it. Yeah.
With Gilligan. the skipper to the millionaire and his. Okay, God, you got me going.
That's right. That's going to be the intro.
So this was on the
Thank you.
beach, ski beach. It was a beach of kind of a lake, and they were like where people skied. Water ski.
Yeah.
It was just right outside of SeaWorld, actually. So you could see SeaWorld in the distance. There were snacks and there was fire, and it was just kind of a social, just like welcome to the island sort of situation. And the cool thing, I got my package and I had a little bucket Gilligan's hat. It was so cute. All the geocachers with their little bucket Gilligan hats. It was adorable.
How do you know I'm a geocacher? You're wearing a Gilligan's Island
Gilligan hat.
Gilligan hat.
It was adorable.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
okay,
cool.
Craig. And then you know who I ran into?
I know who you ran
friend.
into.
Our dear friend.
He's been on our show before.
The man, the myth, the legend. Dave Barsky. Barsky. Who is was the executive producer of Dirty Jobs.
Which is back on Netflix. But anyway.
Oh my gosh, Craig. I have to tell you something. I don't think I told you this yet.
No.
So I was talking to Dave Barsky. This is connected to the podcast. And he goes, Josh, I need you to know that Mike Rowe listened to the Treasures of Our Time podcast about dirty jobs.
Oh.
He said he loved it. we got celebrities listening to this podcast.
Absolutely.
Isn't that fun?
Absolutely. That is
Isn't
really
that fun. Yeah. I was like, oh, that makes my night to know that Mike Rowe listened to our podcast. Listen to the whole thing. That's cool.
I will say, so did Brendan Giles, he did. The piano artist, I call him, piano artist. Cool. He listened to our Treasure Our Town and posted about it too on his social media a few months ago now.
I can't wait to see him again. But here's the thing. Okay, pop culture. This city, San Diego, everybody that listens to this podcast knows it. If you listen, I love my movie locations. And the movie Top Gun. And Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
Both were shot in the San Diego area.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
So, yeah, it is really cool. So you remember, you've seen Top Gun, right? Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The original Top Gun, you remember when Goose is in the bar and he's playing Great Balls of Fire?
Yes.
I went to that bar. It's a Top Gun bar.
Is that a real bar?
Yeah, it's a real bar.
Is it a real bar? Wow.
Dive bar. And the piano, there was a piano in there. And of course, there was Top Gun stuff everywhere. There were naval hats hanging from the whole place. Like people that were in the Navy, oh, I was on this ship. I was in this platoon. They hang those hats up there.
Wow.
And we sat down and it's actually a barbecue place. So the actual name of it is the Kansas City Barbecue. So we had barbecue in the Top Gun bar. Wow. And it was with not only Dave Barsky, but also Team Podcaster was there because they lived in San Diego. Craig, get this. They've never been there before.
Really?
Can you believe it? They've never been there before. So that was
That's
fun.
really cool. To actually experience it with a local that hasn't actually been there before.
Yes.
I like that too. I really like that.
And Dave Barsky, at the end, we looked at a sign and they sold I'm not a big souvenir guy, because I just don't like a lot of stuff unless it's a magnet. But there were little Top Gun shot glasses that said like Top Gun bar on it. I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's so cool, Barsky. And all of a sudden, what did Barsky do? He bought 2 of them, but you could only buy them. You could could choose but it was Fireball, and so we took a Fireball shot to close the night in the Top Gun bar. And I'll have a TikTok of that too because I did, of course, a lot of video.
I'm sure Dave Barsky would more approve of a slippery nipple or something like that rather than a fireball.
Fireball's not good. It's not good.
No,
both Dave and I were like, okay, we're doing it because we're in the Top Gun bar.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, yeah. Top Gun. That's really cool. And
Friday was awesome.
It makes sense, Josh, because I still remember Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. Like it was yesterday. I loved the movie Top Gun. And yeah, you do, but I thought it was more up north. I knew it was a beachy town, but didn't know it was actually San Diego. I thought it was more sort of LA sort of area up that way.
Nope.
No,
it was San Diego, because there's a huge naval presence still today in San Diego. There's battleship. You can tour old battleships and stuff. It is a Navy town. So that's the reason why they filmed it there. All right, Saturday.
Saturday was the actual block party itself.
Dun 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 dun.
I've started him off again.
The skipper too. Okay, so yeah, the theme was Gilligan's Island, but it was Signals Island. And this was at the Liberty Station Park, beautiful park. It was on the water. And if anybody is listening that was a part of this, well done. Well done. I had so much fun, Craig. It was one of those things, sometimes when people go to mega events or block parties or whatever, it's kind of like you go there and you're like, say hi to everybody. And then you're kind of done. There's not
You do the circles of the vendors. You do the circles of vendors and say hi to them.
Yeah. Yes. They did so well. I was there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I was there for what was that, 6 hours? 6 hours?
Yeah, 6 hours.
I was there for 6 hours in a little area that the event was, and I was occupied the whole time. Wow. Like there was so much to do. There were gadget caches. The gadget caches all connected to Adventure Lab. So you opened up the gadget cache and you got an Adventure Lab find.
Yep.
They had contests. They had a coconut cream pie eating contest that I lost. Yeah, that I lost. There was a duck race. So you got a duck. They gave you, it was the details. They gave you a little duck to race in water, and you get a little straw. But each of the ducks had a little logbook in it, like in their butt. So it was. They gave you a cache too.
They gave you a cache too
with your duck.
That's really cute.
Yeah. There was an incredible photo booth. Have you ever played? Craig? Have you ever played left, right, center with path tags or left in general at all? Do you know what that is?
I haven't played it, but I saw it played for the first time at Midwest Geobash.
Yes. When
I was up there this year, Midwest Geobash, I saw them all doing it, and they're all heads down. They're all like, they were worse than playing, poker. You play. I've seen poker have more fun than this left, right, center business.
Yeah, you can win a lot of path tags with this. And basically, it's a dice game where you start with 3 path tags, and then you roll the dice, and then you either pass it to left, right, or the center, and then whoever has it left over at the end gets the pot. So you can win a lot of path tags. Yeah, and I played 4 times, and I lost every time. So there you go. But I had fun. It was great.
Which path tag did you use, Josh? Did you use your own path?
Oh, a lot of them. I had a lot with me. Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
my flash tag as well. There were so many all day. There were prizes. It was just a great. There were people dressed there was a family that were dressed to the nines.
Oh, I saw that on your
legit
Instagram.
Ginger, a legit skipper. There was a woman that looked almost exactly like Mrs. Howell. It was really, it was like I just so respect when people like fully dive into the like the dressing up and stuff like that.
Yes. Yep.
So here's my suggestion. If you are a part of the San Diego geocachers and you're looking for, if you want to do this again, I'm going to make a promise right now on this podcast. Gilligan's Island, classic television show, right? What is my favorite classic television show?
Back to the Future.
Wrong. That's a movie,
No?
Craig.
Oh,
Show.
movies.
Show. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, of course. You're Mayberry Man. It's the Andy Griffith Show. Barney Fife.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's too old for me.
Yeah. Well, it's too old for me too, Craig. It came out. Yeah, it came out in the 60s. Gilligan's Island came out in the 60s too, by the way. That's too old for you as well. Anyway, I made a promise. I said, if you do an Andy Griffith show theme, if you stick with the TV, I will show up and I will be Barney Fife all day. I'll dress like him. I'll act like him. And Craig, I can do it.
I know. I do. I do.
Mud.
And I do know as well that you need a good half an hour to an hour to warm up before you get out of the car and do it as well. Rob and Tim both know that.
Yes,
we almost had to go. We almost had to go to a sporting goods store to get you a bullet.
The bullet is very important, and you saw why the bullet was important. Everybody asks when people see Barney, they always ask, "Where's your bullet?"
Yeah,
it was happen. Yeah,
it was very important.
It was a great time. So great job and that Craig, that was the reason I was there. This was when I found out that Signals Island was in San Diego. I was like, wait a minute, this is my chance.
Yes.
This is my chance to go to San Diego.
Yeah.
So I was there, and guess what? I was hungry again. And so Dave Barsky, our old pal, he's like, Josh, I made reservations at a sushi place. Do you want to come along? I was like, ooh, sushi? Ooh, close to the sea? That sounds tasty. So we go to this place, Craig, and he drives up, and it's like a strip mall. And I'm like, well, okay, a strip mall? Really?
Strip mall sushi? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, you had to get a reservation for this place? It's a strip mall. Well, sure enough, it's popular because it's not even 5:00, and people, Craig, were lining up outside this place. The place was called Sushi Oda, like Minnesota, Sushi Oda. And you go in there, and we sat right at the sushi bar, and Craig, it was the freshest, most amazing, really great sushi, and it wasn't fishy. It wasn't fishy, and that's what Barsky told me. He goes, if it tastes fishy, then it's not good.
No,
it was like high quality, and you know what? I'm kind of a little bit of a vanilla bean. But you know what? I have a tattoo that says "Just try it," and I was so glad. I was there with Barsky because he knew what was good. And he just kept on stuff coming. I was like, "Oh, this is really good. This is a little bit beyond my comfort zone, but still, it's really tasty." All kinds of
what's the most
stuff.
unusual? What was the most unusual thing that was really far beyond your?
There was one that was a little mushy. It was like some sort of urchin or something. Like it was very. It was probably some of the most exotic stuff.
It'd be sea urchin roe. It'd be sea urchin roe.
Something. Yeah. I don't know.
Yep.
I just ate it. I didn't really ask many questions because I was afraid if I asked what it was, I wouldn't even try it because some of it was really exotic.
Sea urchin roe is like an orange, like a light orange in color.
Yeah. There was a really
absolutely delicious, Josh. It is absolutely delicious.
Yes, there was a really, really good. The first one, he started me slow, and there was a salmon sushi that was like the most beautiful slice of raw salmon. It was so good. I want to publicly thank Barsky for that amazing experience. It was the freshest, most amazing sushi I've ever had. It's all downhill from here as sushi goes, for sure. That's
it. Especially in Minnesota.
Yeah. And then Dave and I went back to that brewery, and we had some beers at Stone Brewery.
Oh, yes.
And chatted up and caught up. So that was a really good time.
Nice.
Thanks to Dave it wasn't even planned really. I mean, it was like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do this? And so spent a lot of time with Dave. It was a lot of fun.
And then comes Sunday, the last day before you head home.
I have to leave.
Josh. You have to go home back to your work.
Yeah. Here's the good news, Craig. This was another smart thing I did. My flight wasn't until 4:30 because I was like, okay, there might be some stuff I want to do, and I didn't want to just get on the plane at 6 a.m. and then just so there was a Cito.
Oh, perfect. For your souvenir. If you don't
know what Cito is, cash in, trash out. Cito season 2. So I got a souvenir for it. It was like souvenir 402. 402. Wow, 402. How many do you have, Craig? Do you remember?
340 something, 343.
Okay, you got a ways to go. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And this
was
cool
because was the Cito on the actual beach, Josh?
Yes, it was gorgeous. It was on Imperial Beach. It was really it was south. It was close to the Mexico border. It was close to Tijuana. It was like 3 miles from Tijuana.
Oh, so you couldn't actually see the border wall or anything?
No, I couldn't see it. It was a little farther, and it was it was a great place for a Cito because it was kind of a dirtier beach. Like it needed some help.
Yeah,
and actually the water had signs that said it was like the water was contaminated, like swim at your own risk. But the surf was up. There were a ton of surfers up there, and I was like, whoa, they're brave. They're not afraid to get contaminated. But I love watching the surfers, Craig. Oh my God, it's such a cool thing. Like if somebody could wave a magic wand and say you instantly have a skill, it would be I would pick surfing, like for sports.
Really?
And because it looks like so much fun.
It does.
It looks like so much fun, but it is very difficult. Or if it was arts, I would be like you can play piano because then I could be hanging out with Brandon Giles. And starting my piano on fire.
Yeah.
Did the Cito. And then I was with Dave and we did some challenge caches. Dave is a big challenge cacher. He seeks out the challenges.
Dave's one of those ones who's a webcam hound as well.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of webcams he has under his belt is insane. He hunts, he travels just purposely for webcam sometimes. Remember, I think he told us when he was on our show as well, he's traveled over 3.5, 4 hours out of his way with his mother to get a webcam. So that was there you go.
Yeah, he loves webcams.
He
and the
does,
webcam that I got the day before, or on the Friday, he's probably got it years ago.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
That's nothing for him. Yeah. And
But
didn't have to wait for it.
Yes. Then, Craig, I did have a little bit more time.
Yes.
Because I found out.
Yeah.
When I say Top Gun house, what do you think that is? What do you think the Top Gun house is?
Top Gun house. Well, that would be obviously one of the houses they used in the movie. I'm going to say it's probably the one that Tom Cruise was in the movie.
Yes.
His house.
Okay, so if you remember the movie, remember the scene where they're playing shirtless. They're playing volleyball. Him and Goose are playing volleyball. Okay.
Yes.
And they're they do the cool hand, like the cool high five, and then on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right after that scene, Tom Cruise's character Maverick has a date with the woman, the female lead, Charlie. Her name's Charlie, and she's like a civilian that's an expert in like ships or whatever.
Yeah.
So he gets on his Kawasaki, right?
Yeah.
And drives straight from the volleyball game beach to her house because they have a date where she's going to cook. Well, this house is Charlie's house.
Oh, it's Charlie's house.
It's the one where he walks in and the first thing he says, he's late, first of all. And then he's like, hey, can I take a shower? Because he's so sweaty. And he keeps on asking for a shower. And she's like, no, you can't take a shower. He's like, we're going to eat.
Why does that remind me of you for some reason, Josh? And by the way, do you have a blow dryer?
Can I take a shower?
And a blow dryer.
So this house is actually an oceanside. Which is about 45 minutes-ish, more like a half hour north of San Diego. And it's a beautiful, really nice beach, beautiful beach community. And so the actual house was on the ocean side on the beach, but it was kind of it was deteriorating. It was kind of falling apart. And so they were going to knock it down. Well, a local hotel bought it. Lifted it off of its you can see videos of this, lifted it off of it where it was and drove it down the road and placed it between all these hotels that they own as a destination. And then they remodeled the whole thing and turned it into a pie shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you go there, Craig. Yeah, go ahead.
Is this the one where I saw a photo of you, Josh, on your Instagram, and you may have been out the front on something?
Yes. So in the front, they put a Kawasaki in the front.
The same one, the same make and model that he was on.
Yes, same. It was a replica. Really cool. Well, everybody that was there was like, Tom Cruise touched this. I was like, hey, sorry to break it to you, but it's a replica. They're not going to put the actual one out in the elements. So people, exactly.
This one doesn't have an engine in it. This is just
exactly. But it was, Craig, it was a virtual. It was a virtual.
Oh, that's really cool.
And it was great. And so the virtual, get this, it was a cool virtual. It was like you have to get a picture of yourself on the bike, and then you have to get the serial number of the bike.
Oh,
so that was actually really hard to find. Yeah. But I found it.
Oh, well, if you don't know your bikes, you don't know your bikes.
I struggled. But I found it.
It's either on the fork or on the...
Yes, it is, but I still struggled because it was like black and like engraved.
Black.
It was an old bike. It was wearing off. Anyway,
it was
a great. Yeah, I went all the way up there just to sit on that bike and do that virtual. There'll be a TikTok of it. I got a lot of video of it. It was really. I'm so glad I did it.
Question for you then, Josh. Will that one make a comeback in March next year for our roadside attractions episode? Because I'll tell you now, Josh, my trip that I've been doing in the last few months, I have been actively looking for roadside attractions that I can sort of put in. So
that's smart, especially since I won last year.
Yeah. And I'm telling you now,
I won the first year too. I think I won.
You did.
Was the ball of paint mine? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. We know you won both so far, but I won over the patrons.
This is a diversion. Sorry. We're about done, people. Okay, don't worry. We're going to be finished here in a second. The trip's almost over.
Josh is going to rabbit hole. Here we go.
Yeah, here's a rabbit hole. I went to the ball of paint. Did I tell you? I don't think I've said it on the podcast. I told the guy, hey, your paintball won our very first roadside attraction, March Madness, and I had to really explain it. The guy's like almost 80 years old, or maybe over 80 years old. And he got so excited, Craig. And I said, you know what? We thought about sending you like a certificate or whatever. He goes, "Would you do that?" He's like, "Would you do that?" And so what did we do, Craig? I don't think we told the people. We sent him that the ball of paint won the very first Treasures of Our Town podcast, and I'm sure he was very excited because he was like, "Really?" This is what he said. This is so sad, Craig. He goes, "Everybody always still tells me they're going to send me something, but they never do." And so when I heard that, I was like,
you have to.
And the certificate was like splattered with paint.
Yes, I saw it. He sent me a photo. Said, "Is this all right?" I'm like, "That's perfect. That's perfect."
Yeah, it was great.
That was really
cool.
So
the Top Gun house, I went up there just for that, and then I had a pizza at a place called Odie's, which was really great pizza, and the beer. Sat up at the bar again, by myself, by my lonesome. Of course, I had to order a beer that was brewed in that city because that's what we do. That's what we do. And then I made my way south to the airport, and I flew away.
Flew back.
What a trip! Oh my gosh, wow. We're right at 1 hour.
Yeah, on the recording. Well, Josh, you were saying before about roadside attractions and stuff as well, and our patrons now this year, they had a say in what was going to be one of the roadside attractions as well. And so if you want to become a patron, so before March of next year to have your say, how can they do it, Josh? How can they become a patron?
If you've been enjoying our podcast, we really appreciate your support. By supporting us, you help us create even better content. Keeping it free for everyone. We don't have any commercials, but Top Gun Pie House, if you're listening. That was the first thing that came. Sushi Oda, if you're listening. We just promoted you. We don't have any sponsors because we don't need them, because this podcast is completely supported by listeners. So go to patreon.com/Treasures of Our Town. And that is where you can support us. There are different levels, and you will get golden nuggets that only our patrons get to see and listen to.
Exactly, Josh. But if you're one of the basic out there, the public, the general public, not the patrons, how can they contact us, Josh?
Yes, for all the basic people. Feel free to reach out to us at treasuresofourtownpodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or our Buzzsprout site. Just simply search Treasures of Our Town in Google, and we will pop up there.
We certainly will. So that's it for our show today. Please subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting app. And as always, Josh,
may your travels always lead you to the most unexpected and amazing hidden gems, like Tom Cruise's Kawasaki bike. See everybody. Talk to me, Goose.
And before we go, Josh, do you think Tom Cruise is proud of that bike?
Oh, yeah. He's so proud of that bike. I would be proud. He's proud of his town too. Proud of San Diego. All the things. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot, but I did. But thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Music.
Bye.